What up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Manifesting Stardom. This is your journey or your view to my journey of being the biggest star in the world. I wanted to make sure I do my episode today. I am currently out of town, and so I was like, man, I'm still gonna come down here in the lobby and get my episode done, talk to y'all, especially because I was inspired by a specific topic, and I wanted to talk about why your affirmations do not work. Why, when you say things and you speak and say, oh, they don't work, or you don't feel them, or you don't understand them, or you're not seeing the fruit of it. And I had 3 points, but I think I probably have a few more. But the first point I wanted to make is that you need to understand that when you're manifesting, that you are planting a seed. That when you're manifesting, you are like putting something in the ground, you're planting it, and you have to wait for it to manifest, for it to come to fruition, for it to grow. And so a lot of times when you plant a seed, a lot of times you have to water that seed. You have to, make sure nothing, like, take care of that ground, because it's still growing and you may not see it, but you can't plant the seed and then expect for the flower the next day or the same day. So that's one of the ones I wanted to point out, and I wanted to really free somebody from understanding that you do not have to feel good when you're doing an affirmation. You don't have to feel like, oh man, I'm saying my affirmations, but I still feel the lack. And I think that's what I struggle with. Even still, I struggle with that. It's like, I'm saying what I want to manifest. I'm saying what I want, but I'm not feeling that. I'm really feeling lack, or I'm feeling that doubt. And I think I free myself when I realize that I don't have to feel like he's really singing in my video. But I mean, it's a public place, so I mean, if the guy want to sing, he can sing. But anyway, I'm like, damn, nigga, I'm recording. But anyway, it really freed me when I understood that I can speak my affirmations, I can speak the things that I want to manifest, and I can still feel that resistance, because I'm a human being. And I think when you give yourself permission to be human, it frees you. And it's like, oh, I can still feel doubt, but still speak what I want to speak. I can still feel lack, or still have certain emotions. Now, of course, this isn't all the time. At some point, sometimes you do need to feel that motivation. You do need to feel like things are getting better. You do need to employ whatever things you need to employ to get into character and start imagining and start acting out how you will be when your bills is on auto pay. You need to start, you need to have those moments of inspiration and imagination and motivation. But at the same time, you're a human being. So it's going to be some times where you're not feeling that. You're feeling the lack, but you're diligently and intentionally speaking your affirmations despite how you feel. You know what I'm saying? And the scripture reference I had was Romans 4:17, because usually y'all know I do these videos after my morning prayer and devotions, but I didn't get a chance to pray. I'm kind of off my schedule, but I was inspired to do this video, so I wanted to have a scripture reference like I have in most of my videos to support the concept of what I'm presenting. And Romans 4:17 says, call these things that are not as though they are. So the idea is, whatever you want to see, call it as if you see it. Speak those things that are not as though they were. I am wealthy. I am healthy. Everything in my life is flowing in unison. I have large quantities of money that flow towards me abundantly. I am wealthy. I do have great friends. I do have great family members. All those different, whatever your dreams are, whatever your goal is, or whatever you're working towards. And so you can speak that and not feel that all the time. And once you free yourself from knowing that, hey, I don't have to feel it all the time, that it don't have to be a situation where I feel amazing and I feel wonderful about this every time that I speak it. I just got to speak on what I know, on what I want to be true. And the truth of the matter is your subconscious mind does not accept things as true or lie. They respond to what you say and how you feel, and they look for the evidence and they make it a reality. And what you put out in the universe, it comes back to you. So that was one of the main things I wanted to speak on. Yeah, you can declare the truth without emotion. You don't have to feel them. And a lot of times people use affirmations as a form of escape, which is also natural, as a form of escape. But I think you really do need to train your mind to not force the reality, and more so train your mind to be aligned with it. So instead of saying, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, you act rich when you say that you're rich. You have a calmness of being a wealthy person. You have a sureness of being a wealthy person. You're not saying it in terms of, you're not speaking it from an aspect of you're trying to hurry up to make it happen. You're acting like you already have it. And so if you do that long enough, it will catch on. And since God, I always say this to y'all, God has given us dominion in the earth. So that means that when we speak, our things that we speak form life. So that when we joking and we saying things that we joking or we don't mean, we still speaking something that's going to form its own reality. You know, when we call ourselves stupid, when we make fun of ourselves, when we speak down on ourselves, when we speak down on other people, we form a reality of the things that we speak, and they actually manifest into something, into whatever it is that you spoke. And I was watching this video today, and the lady, I forgot her name, but it was about affirmations, and she talked about how she has people all the time tell her that the affirmations don't work, or I said them and it didn't work. I did them and it didn't work. It didn't happen. Nobody, it didn't work. And so she said, how many things did you, or how many affirmations did you say, or how many times did you speak that affirmation? And they'll be like, twice or 3 times or 4 times. And she said, so you spoke 4 prosperity affirmations. How many poverty affirmations have you spoken? You probably spoke maybe 400 or 500 poverty affirmations, from your thoughts, from the way you act, from the way you treat yourself, from the way you interact, from the things that you ingest and the jokes that you make, the things that you relate to, the things that you consume. You probably said 3 positive things, 3 positive affirmations, hopefully with the right spirit and emotion, but you probably performed or said 400 other poverty affirmations. After you did your affirmations, when you talked on the phone and somebody called you like, oh, I don't know, just, same-ish, different day. It's always something. You know how we do. It's always something. I can't catch a break. If it ain't this, it's that. I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul. I can't afford this. My broke self can't do that. All of these negative things that we speak on ourselves, and we dismiss them because there's jargon or joking or banter. We are speaking life into the poverty, and our subconscious and the universe does not know the difference from me saying I gotta rob Peter to pay Paul. That's basically saying I'm the borrower, not the lender, that I always have, that I'm always in lack. I never have enough money to do the things that I need to do. That's what that's saying. I can't catch a break. That's basically saying that life does not get easier for me. That it's always something negative or always something that I have to overcome. That's the reality that you are creating, that you're aligning with. And the fact that you said it jokingly or not jokingly, you said it. After you did your morning affirmations, after you spoke positively, I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I'm this, I'm that. But then when you had a casual conversation, you did the opposite. And so those are the reasons why our affirmations aren't working. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of times, if you plant a seed one day and then the next day you dig it up, that the following 2 or 3 days you ain't about to see that affirmation. Or even worse, if you plant a seed one day, you dig it up the next day, you plant it again the next day, then you dig it up the next day, then you plant it again the next day. Who knows? And I used the example before about if you were in the back of a taxi and you gave the driver the destination, and then you told him, no, but go left, and then go back this way, and then go, and I want you to go to this place instead, and then I want you to go to that place instead. Who knows where you will end up? You'll never get to that destination, because by the time you would have gotten to that destination, you were so impatient that you gave your taxi driver different directions. You gave him a different mission. So when you say a positive affirmation, you derail and or delay that positive affirmation when you a few hours later follow it with a poverty affirmation, whether it was intentional or not. And so those are the reasons why we not seeing the manifestation of our affirmations. And I think my biggest one for me is feeling the anxiety that I don't feel this affirmation, and because I don't feel it, it's not going to happen, and it's not going to happen, and that's creating anxiety, and that's creating panic, and that's creating tension. When I tell myself I'm safe, everything I need is already here, because that's another reality. We're thinking about the future, but right now I'm safe, I'm warm, I'm dry, I'm fed, I'm clothed, I got all of my capacities, you know what I'm saying? So whatever it is that I'm thinking about doesn't even exist. And so once I tell myself it's okay if I don't feel great right now, that doesn't mean that my reality is that abundance is not flowing in my life, and that large quantities of money is not coming to me constantly, and that I'm healthy, and that I'm at peace, and that I'm powerful and influential and successful and wealthy and famous and rich, all that stuff. That doesn't mean that, because I'm feeling a different way. So you got to embrace your reality of what you want your reality to be, and be patient, because one, you're a human, and two, you planting a seed and it takes time. Because just like with anything else, you put something in the mail or you order from Amazon, you gotta wait till it get here. It's just that simple. And the reality you're living today is the manifestation of words that you spoke or prayers that you prayed previously. So you're living in a reality that you spoke previously. So whatever you speak right now, you got to give that time to manifest. But you can't follow it with negativity, because that negativity will manifest as well. So you got to give it time. You got to give it time. You got to be patient. You got to be diligent. You got to be disciplined. You got to be accountable. And I try to smile. I even try this thing where I literally smile. And it's like, scientifically, when you actually smile, you do release hormones. Even if you don't feel it, if you force a smile, you're going to release hormones that will make you feel better. If you feel like crap and you tell yourself or you speak out that everything works out for you, that you are amazing, that you are intelligent, I love myself, all those things, you may not mean it, but guess what? It's better than saying the opposite. So that ain't gonna make you feel better. That ain't gonna make life better. So yeah, and if y'all wonder, this is one of my coats. It's really soft, but every time I wear it, people be like, is this Michelin or whatever that tire, the tire company with the logo. But yeah, this is one of my favorite coats, and I'm currently about to go to a brunch. The brunch it's called a cozy. What's it called? It's called Cozy and something, but it's like supposed to be a brunch where you be cozy, like you wear your sweatsuits, you know, your fly gear or whatever. So yeah, make sure y'all subscribe. Make sure you like and comment, and let me know if you have some tactics. Oh, my camera's messing up. Let me know if y'all have some tactics or some remedies or some comments on better ways to see what your affirmations are, or better ways to see your affirmations come to fruition. What are some things you do, or how do you get out of the mindset of negativity, or how do you free yourself from thinking that they're not going to happen, or because you see lack around you? So write in the comments, because I could use the advice as well. So we on this journey together. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'll catch you on the next one.